Yeah, I've got a few things to say. I've got a few things to say about that the stupid bowl, 49. First thing I'm gonna bring up, I hate referees as much as the next guy, but hey, they stayed out of it. They stayed out of it, and no one's gonna talk about that. Sometimes those guys actually do a good job, and nobody wants to talk about it. So I'll be the first, maybe. I don't know, I didn't watch the post game. But, as far as I'm concerned, I'll be the first to say, good job, referees, whatever, I'm going to go ahead and skip over the whole passing on second down instead of, handing it off to arguably the best running back in the NFL today, second down, third down, even fourth down, I don't know. We're going to skip over that, though. Whatever, Pete Carroll, your defense sucked pretty much, too. It could have been a lot better. Because, I don't know, where's number 12 going to throw the ball on third down? Generally to the flats or underneath? What has he been doing for the last 8 or 9 years? What has he been doing? He does that. He throws it to a little white guy underneath. And, I don't know, you had 2 weeks. You had 2 weeks to look at 8 years of film and figure that one out. You didn't have anybody there most of the night. You didn't. I don't know what that's about. I don't know. We're gonna go on to the next though. Next thing. Next topic's not so much questioning stuff, not so much playing Monday morning quarterback, so much as it is just expressing absolute contempt for every New England resident in the country. And you know what? It's not just Massachusetts. I'm talking to you, Maine. I'm talking to you, Live Free or Die, New Hampshire. I'm talking to you, Vermont, Connecticut, Rhode Island, and even you, Delaware. We'll squeeze you in there too. You guys are scum. Honestly, I've been up there. You're the worst people I've ever met in my life. Classless. And I hope each and every one of you comes down and you're just stricken with Lou Gehrig's disease or Alzheimer's all at once, both of them, Parkinson's, all of it. And your children all go to school tomorrow and come home with measles that they got from the little rich kid whose parents took them to Disneyland instead of Disney World, which is way closer, but you got money to burn. So you were like, oh, let's go to Disneyland. And then the rich kid comes back to your stupid school in Connecticut or Maine or New Hampshire or Massachusetts and gives your kid measles. And then your kid gets taken from you. Your kid is claimed by the disease because you were too stupid to vaccinate them before their next birthday. And it's this crazy phenomenon. And it's going to be in the news. Oh, is the government involved? All these kids are dying on the eve of their birthday. It must be ISIS. No, dude. I hope God just does that. I hope God takes it into his own hands and just strikes every one of your children down with measles the day before the birthday. And another thing. The NFL has been very cruel to us. Not even half as cruel to most of you. Oh, sorry. Scratch that, turn it around. Only half as cruel to me and my brethren as to over half of you. We have claimed 2 Super Bowls in the last 13 years. But in the last 13 years, what's happened? We've had just bullshit to watch. Good games, but nobody's happy about it. Just evil teams are winning. I'll even include the Pittsburgh in that if you'd like, because a lot of people hate us. Whatever, the bad guys are winning all the Super Bowls. And you know what? As far as I'm concerned, all the rule changes too, they're not even hitting each other anymore. I would have rather been born in 1919, lost my pa in the Great War, been raised by just my ma, and then, got married when I was 15 and been affected by the Depression and sent out in the Dust Bowl and on my way to California like everybody else. My wife I married she is with child, by the way. She dies of dysentery while giving birth. Makes my kid all retarded. I have to leave him there too. And then I, all heartbroken, just a broken man, go off to war in Japan, and I get tortured and killed. I would rather have gone through that than the last 13 years as an NFL fan. It's been absolutely deplorable. The league is almost worth boycotting, and I'm not the only one that thinks that. Last thing. That quarterback that you guys have that is the greatest quarterback of all time, who dumps it off 80% of the time, and who never can complete a deep ball pass unless he's throwing to the largest target in the league, who's also completely retarded. And if I could challenge his entire family to a duel of wit to the death, I could claim all of them individually, one after another. He's not worth it. He's not worth his skin. He's one of the dumbest people alive, but he's praised because he's a big giant who can catch a football. It's bullshit, man, and we're all buying into it. And that's all your little quarterback has to throw to, if he's not dumping it off. And then his little white running backs who are running in either the flat or over the middle. How does no one stop that? How do you not stop that? But they catch it and they go down the field 60 yards, and this guy, this 6th round draft pick from Michigan, is just the greatest quarterback who ever lived. He's not. Put Drew Brees, put freaking Jake Delhomme in his spot if he would have been drafted in the 6th round by Belichick. He's a master, I'll give him that. If he would have been drafted in that system, they would have as much minimum, but probably much more success. And I just think you got to think about that. There's no way to prove it, but that's all he does. He dumps it off. Just dumps it off. Here you go. Here you go. Here you go, Welker. Not anymore. Here you go, Amendola. Here you go. All you little white guys just running fast. That's all they have. It's just a strategy. He's the luckiest guy in the world to be drafted to such a system. I don't know. I'm sick of it. We're all completely sick of it. And they've cheated. They've cheated the whole time. Everything they have. Going back to the tuck in 2003, I think. That was a fumble. That first Super Bowl should never have happened. After that, you got Spygate. Should never have happened. They're all bogus. Everything's bullshit. That's all I have to say about that.